One thing I would highly, highly recommend if you're serious about this person that you're dating or that you're getting to know, I would highly recommend that you keep that relationship off of social media as long as you possibly can. If you haven't been following, I highly recommend checking out some of the previous episodes to get caught up. I do speak about some of the early stages of around the time I met my wife. When I met my wife, there was nothing like traditional about the pathway from us meeting to us getting engaged to then us getting married. There was no like traditional arc. Everything was based off of what we wanted to do. Not our parents, not our friends. It was about us. I shared that when I met my wife, I was living with an ex. When I got engaged to my wife, I think that might have been the first time I even announced on social media that I had been with somebody else. Otherwise, people didn't even know that I was dating this person. One thing I would highly, highly recommend if you're serious about this person that you're dating or that you're getting to know, I would highly recommend that you keep that relationship off of social media as long as you possibly can. I would also recommend you keep it off of social media until you have an idea of where the intent is with the relationship. That would be my recommendation. It'll save you a lot of headaches in terms of the embarrassment when things might not go your way. It'll also remove this unnecessary feeling of facade, because that's what social media creates, this feeling of facade. And so my wife and I, we dated for about a year until we got engaged, we got engaged till I asked her to marry me. And during that full year, we never really posted each other on social media. I can't say that enough. Like, if that person is important to you, don't go just posting stuff on social media. Like, cherish the relationship, keep it sacred. You don't have to share everything. Once we got engaged, this was July-ish 2013. One of the things about me, and this is where I would say I would have this rule and I would stick by it. I wouldn't budge if I were you. Fellas, don't budge. I would not budge. When I say I wouldn't budge, I'm serious. Ladies might not like what I'm about to say. You might not like it. However,
it doesn't matter how you feel.
This is what I know to be true. And fellas, don't compromise on this point. If you are with your girl, hold up.
No.
If you are with your girl and y'all are talking about this idea of getting married, but the only way she's gonna get married is if you have a wedding first, she's not the one.
No.
She's not the one. I'm sorry. If you are having conversations and this young lady claims she's ready for marriage, but the idea of the marriage without the wedding is something that she can't accept, do not do it. That's all I can tell you. Don't do it. Weddings are not a prerequisite for a marriage. They should, in theory, be a celebration. And that's where I propose a different approach. My wife and I, when we got engaged, I told her, I was very straightforward. I told her upon giving her the engagement ring, I said, I'm giving you this ring because I'm ready to be your husband, which is where a lot of you go wrong. A lot of you go wrong because you get engaged, not positive if you even want to be married, which is silly. It's silly. Don't get pressured into just getting engaged if you as a man are not ready to be married. I would argue that no man should ask for a woman's hand in marriage if he is not ready to be a husband at that moment. You should never get engaged or ask for someone's hand in marriage if you are not sure as a man that you are ready right then and there. You don't get engaged to see if you want to get married to this person. That's a terrible reason to get engaged. A terrible reason, okay? Let me unzip this. jingling all in the shit. A terrible reason to get engaged. Don't get fooled into getting engaged if you aren't ready to be a husband. The engagement is not a trial period. You should only be getting engaged to drive to the marriage.